Take one. Action.
Hey guys, James with TFBTV. Thanks for tuning in to TFBTV Gunfest 2021. We're bringing you new products from your favorite manufacturers, including one of my faves, Kel-Tec. We actually took this show on the road. We're here at Cocoa Beach visiting Kel-Tec. You guys remember Chad Enos from Kel-Tec. He and I just got back from Disney, and we were talking on the way back, and I said, hey, look, I've seen some rumors on the internet about a new gun that you guys are introducing, and they're all true.
They're all false.
Okay, well, that's the end. Thank you guys. Yeah. Thanks for coming out. That was Gunfest 2021. Yeah, for Kel-Tec, nothing for 2021.
Nothing new. No.
Hit us with it.
All right, yeah, so all kidding aside, we've come out with this amazing, what did you call it? It was a Star Wars gun, maybe?
Oh, dude, that's like a blaster, a Star Wars blaster is what it looks like.
We'll give it to the good guy, Han Solo, though.
We're just nerding out now.
Ours is called the P50, and it takes the P90 mags, so it's where you get your 50 rounds from. It's pretty rad. And the way you put them in is you got this release here that pops the top. We'll stick the empty mag in there. Drop your mag in, slam it down, you're good to go. It's got an AR style charging handle. Yeah. Got ambi safety, both sides there. Got a threaded muzzle. It's half 28, so you can throw a can on it. Got the full pick rail on top. It does have sights. It's got like an A2 little post in the front.
I see. Yeah.
And then you got a little notch back here. It's a really long sight radius, which is pretty sweet for a handgun. And then, but everybody's just going to put a dot on it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You know that.
You've got QD sling cups here that are non-rotating on the bottom and the back. And it does come with a QD sling, so you can sling it up and push it forward, as opposed to pulling it back in with a brace. But the aftermarket is probably going to come up with a brace for it, I would hope.
For sure.
And hopefully the laws and stuff allow us to continue to make and keep those things. So.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
5.7. It is in the 5.7 millimeter cartridge, which is one thing I think we didn't mention. I think everybody knows at this point. I've got to ask, and I think you can say this about any Kel-Tec. Why?
That's a good question.
Because we could.
Matt and I in marketing are still asking ourselves that question. In fact, I think some of the engineering department's still asking why we would do something like this. We've been asked for years and years and years to do something in 5.7, so I think that's where it started, and I think George finally wanted to wet everybody's whistle with something, and this is what he ended up coming up with. So I think he probably just did research on what magazines. First of all, you got to start with a magazine, like what's going to feed the thing, and I think he really liked the idea of doing 5.7 in a pistol. And with the brace stuff, when this thing was in the design phase, the whole brace thing had gone back and forth, but we were finally at a place where we just realized it was just an ATF letter. It wasn't anything super serious. You can still shoulder it, all that stuff. And we had those debates about it. And then it kind of died off, and everybody's putting braces on their pistols. So the initial intent for this was for it to be a brace pistol. So 9.5-inch barrel, which still gives you not quite rifle ballistics, but for a handgun, a registered or serialized handgun, awesome ballistics. Having a 9.5-inch barrel. But yeah, so the magazine obviously lends itself to it being a long pistol, and then from that point, he's like, you know what? The braces are popular. We could turn this into, like, if people want to, they could turn it into a pistol / carbine, let's be real. That's basically what you're doing when you put a brace on a pistol.
For sure, yeah.
So he wanted it to be a big, large platform pistol, and so it worked out. And if the brace thing doesn't work out and we end up losing the right to have those things, they're not going to ban slings.
Right.
So with the proper technique, you put a sling on this thing, you can essentially get the same results.
Sure, and I guess that's what we're probably going to do whenever we take this thing out to the range, give that a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really seeing a resurgence of popularity of the 5.7 cartridge lately.
Yeah.
Of course, FN pioneered it, and then you see Ruger coming out with the Ruger 5.7.
Came out with a nice 5.7 pistol,
Yeah, so I think people are realizing that it's actually a pretty freaking viable caliber,
and
it's going to come screaming out of this 9-inch barrel.
Absolutely, and the more manufacturers that chamber stuff in this cartridge, the more popular it's going to get. We're in Ammo-geddon right now as we speak, but when things start to come down, hopefully the ammo manufacturers will produce more of this stuff. The price will come down. It'll just be become a normal cartridge.
The ballistics, terminal performance, of 5.7 are actually really impressive, especially out of smaller platforms like this. Straight blowback, right?
Yeah, straight blowback.
It's got it's got like a dual recoil spring assembly in there.
Yeah.
Anything special about that you want to tell us?
It's all proprietary. Yeah, it just came out of George's head, and then we've got some great engineers that surrounded the wagon and just kind of took it from there and turned it into what it is. But yeah, it's got a very unique recoil system. It's 2 rods there. There's 2 buffers in there as well. It's really soft shooting gun. I think that was the goal. People ask about the ejection. So the last couple of weeks I've been getting nonstop questions about this thing. The ejection port is on the top of the gun. However, they do come out at more of a 90-degree angle, so they're not coming up in your face. That's one of the concerns that we've had, so I wanted to address that with you guys. But yeah, so when they come out just like a normal handgun. But yeah, this thing's great. It shoots very soft shooting. It's got some good weight to it. I think it comes in right about 5 pounds, just naked the way it is, and then you add a pound of ammo.
Right.
And
Thank God.
Yeah.
I'd had 10 pounds of ammo.
Yeah. Right. So you got a nice soft shooting, large frame pistol, and it does come with 2 magazines and the sling.
Construction is, what are we calling this? Like the lower receiver here? Like
well, the actual receiver is the upper. The serialized part is the upper, and then that's all aluminum and steel, as you would imagine. Right. All your actions in there. So that's got to have all the steel components, and then the bottom. In typical Kel-Tec fashion, everyone's making manufacturing polymer lowers now. So no different here. All the important bits, the safety and hammer and all that, are all steel, of course. And then you've got your polymer lower to kind of save on weight.
Sure.
So.
And all of the boom PAL parts are in the top. Like and it's like this more or less just is supporting all of those operating elements in the upper receiver. That's interesting. So that's the registered component.
It is.
It's the upper.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. 2 most important questions anytime we do a show video.
Yeah.
How much? When?
Yep, the MSRP is $995, and we are going to start shipping these in March.
You know how many jokes are going to be in the comments about
Oh, yeah. March of what year? 2025?
Yeah.
No.
Especially not only with you guys, but the times, so it's doubly bad now.
The industry right now is struggling, and we're no different. We have massive back orders on stuff. And the crazy thing about this gun is, just like every other gun, the KSG caught us off guard too. When we introduced the KSG at SHOT Show, we were completely blown away by the response. And this is running a close second to that. We put out a lot of guns between the KSG and this, and some have gotten really good responses. This thing is acting like the KSG, so we're going to be really having to, hit it hard to get these things produced to try to fulfill the demand. But that's nonstop around here. We're constantly hiring. We're constantly buying CNC machines. We're constantly expanding. So,
last question: how am I going to attach a brace to this QD sling cup?
That's going to be left up to the aftermarket. Reason being is we really want to focus on manufacturing the gun itself. And when you let the aftermarket do stuff like that, especially something so simple, that's going to create products and or jobs and maybe even possibly a company. This is how M-Carbo was born,
Right.
And it's how Red Lion Precision was born because they decided to tackle our guns. They saw a need, and they went after it, and they created companies. And now they've got employees, and they're growing and growing, and we really dig that too. So it takes a lot of stress off our plate, so we can focus on making the guns, and it allows the aftermarket to do their thing. And to be honest with you, they'll probably do it better anyway because they're hyper focused on that.
Right.
And for us, it would just be an afterthought
Another
accessory.
project.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So we do have one design for that. One of our engineers came up with a neat little simple design for that, and I'm sure that'll get around the industry, and we'll see something soon.
Awesome. Look at us, Chad. A couple of Florida men just having a good time. We're on YouTube. We made it big.
Yeah, it got below 70, so I had to put a sweatshirt on.
I love being from Florida. Yeah. And I love seeing you guys in Florida.
We're so glad you came, man.
Well, and thanks for being on Gunfest 2021. I really appreciate it. Guys, thanks a ton for watching. Check out our playlists on not only TFBTV main channel, but TFBTV Showtime, where we're going to have a playlist with all of our Gunfest videos. Thanks again. Take care.